Hey there everyone, it's Yat Kean here from Training Ground. Welcome back to another review video. So today we have something large, which is the Proton X70, and this is the 1.5 liter 3-cylinder turbocharged engine, and this model is the Executive all-wheel drive variant. So in this video, I'm going to elaborate about this car after testing it for several days, and also talk about the driving dynamics of this car. So let's not waste any more time and find out more about this Proton X70. So let's start off things with the design of the Proton X70 over here. This is the executive variant. So as you can check out, the grille here has some chrome with some piano black finishing. Nice. Logo as well. This is the latest Proton logo. And then there are some bits of like chromish a little bit on the bumper as well, especially on the parking sensor and also the fog lamp as well. So you can notice that. And then the front lip here, it's look like chrome a little bit, yeah. Mix a little bit of character onto it. So that is a plus point. And then for the side mirrors, they are black color, even though the color scheme on this model is white color. Rims. So this guy is actually running a 80-inch rims. Okay, so this is the tire 225 60 R18. Nice. And then the chrome bit still continues on. As you can see from the window over here, there's chrome. And then the door bottom part, chrome as well. And for the window, the chrome goes to the back as well. So exudes a little bit of premiumness. And also on the rooftop part, yeah, it has this bar. Looks a little bit chromish, but it's actually a paint-on color. And then we go to the rear over here. You notice the exhaust tips is chrome as well. So yeah, you can check it out. And yeah, you can see there's actually two exhausts. Yeah, and then all-wheel drive model. They will notify the owners about that. So at the back here, you have the Proton logo. Yeah, pretty much that's the exterior of it. So before I'm going to go inside of the car, let's check out the boot space, the rear boot space. I think it's plentiful enough. Yeah, and you also can remove this away. I think you could easily put 2-3 golf bags, and if you're someone that's always ferrying your family, friends to the airport, I think it's easy to put several suitcases in here along with some bags as well. Pretty ample of space over here. So for this one, yep, you can attach it back to cover. Make sure it's hidden, so not too many people knows why you are loading at the back. Now let's talk about the driver's seat on this Proton X70. So this, remember, is the executive variant. And we are going to start off with the doors on the driver's seat first. So you can see there's a false metal plastic here. Not sure why. I think if they blacken it, it's going to be look better. But it does add some character onto it. And then over here, there's actually a mini speaker over here. So this is the door handle. And also there's a door handle on the door panel here. So it's easier for you to like grab hold of the door or push it outwards. Much more easy. Because sometimes you put your touch and go card on the hole here, so it's quite difficult for you to grab the door. And then bottom here you have speakers as well, and then you have ample space to put another maybe a tumbler and 2 bottles. Yes, pretty good. And let's talk about the driver seat. So for the driver seat, it's motorized. Yeah, so only the driver seats get this function. And the steering here, I would say plus minus, to be honest. Nothing much to be complimenting it, but also nothing much to complain as well. So yeah, the basic features are very straightforward on the steering. So you have the option to control the volume, the call, the music playback on the right hand side. On the left hand side is mostly controlling the cruise control. Now I give you the view of sitting on the driver's seat here. So you do notice the dashboard over here. Kind of hit and miss again. So what is the hit and miss? Okay, I don't understand why they want to put a plastic stitching onto it. I think if they do it cleanly, it's going to be nice. Okay, so over here, yes, it's leather, but all here is plastic. Yeah, I think if they clean it up, make it flatter surface, the design will be much more better looking. And then over here, I'm not sure why they want to have that metal aesthetic onto it. So this, I don't think this is metal. I think this is plastic. Yeah, so I think if they darken it, it's also going to be look much better. But I do understand from the point of the view, the designers, they want to have a character onto it. Hence, they have to put a metal aesthetic onto it. Yeah, so this is also running through to the infotainment, the gear, the console here, the center console. Yeah, just some minor nitpick from my side. So here is the glove box. Pretty much easy to reach from the driver position. So then also let's talk about the infotainment later on, but just briefly go through. So here is the infotainment. Okay, yeah, so you have a touchscreen to play around, and also a buttons here to like control a little bit, but more details later on. And then here is the air conditioning. So mainly button control. I prefer button control. Yes. So here is the gear lever. Pretty much straightforward. Electronic parking brake is on the right side over here, with the auto hold function over here. And then you can turn off the traction control, but I don't advise you to turn it off. Then you can access the drive modes through these 2 left buttons over here. To be honest, I prefer if they have like put the drive mode selection buttons maybe somewhere on the driver side over here, because I don't think the passenger would appreciate to have the driving selection buttons on their side. Yeah, I think the owners will also prefer it to be either on the steering wheel or maybe on the right hand side over here. But nonetheless, okay, so there's also hill descent assistance, and then this is the parking sensor. So now let's go in depth on the infotainment on this Proton X70 for the executive all-wheel drive variant over here. For me, first thing, gonna be nitpicking a little bit. The screen is quite reflective a bit, that's for sure. In terms of brightness, not bad. Even in bright sunny day, I do able to watch it. It's just only the reflection is quite strong over here. And the settings are quite easy. You can go to radio, you can press here, and then you can go to all your media, whether you are playing from the USB, pen drive, whatever is it, or wire, Bluetooth. You can do your selection over here. And then you have the navigation as well. So navigation, I do notice the system load up quite a while at times. Yeah, so for now, it's quite fast. But there are times, sometimes it might take some time to load it. I think largely because it has to track the GPS signal on this car as well. So if you're parking somewhere in the perhaps basement parking or a building parking, you might be taking a while to load it up. And everything is actually quite straightforward, very intuitive, but definitely I would prefer to have the OS to work a little bit faster. And this infotainment also offers other services as well, like ability for you to make calls, and the most important thing, you have the option to use the Proton assistance.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, nah, it's okay. I'm not gonna talk with you. Yeah, so pretty much awesome. And then if you swipe to the right side over here, so you have a variety of other features as well. You can change the theme, check out the weather, easy connection, HVAC. So HVAC, you go in, you can check out the how is the air conditioning is doing right now. But to be honest, the controls here is quite good enough to control the air conditioning. So it's just an extra step for you to have more in-depth details on your air conditioning. Then, this is also quite important, the 360 camera. Yeah, awesome, right? And then you can do like that. You can switch the camera viewing angle. So you want to see on the front, you want to see on the side, right side, left side, at the back, no problem. So you can also switch to show only the front side, left side, right side, and on the rear as well. So there's a lot of functionality for you to play around with this 360 cam. Very good, especially if you're driving in a very narrow parking space or narrow roads. This function is going to help you a lot to navigate around. Now, I want to shift your focus to the front passenger seat. Most of the aesthetic is quite mirroring to the driver's seat over there. Yeah. As you can see the door, yeah, you just only here, the only difference is you are only able to control the front passenger side window. Okay, and then you have here the air conditioning vent with the USB port. So the driver's seat also has the USB port, which I'm going to show you later a bit. And like I said, the seats here, it is not motorized. You have to manually adjust the seating position and also the slantation of the chair as well. So yeah, pretty much that's the front side passenger seating position over here. And as promised, so this is the driver's seat's USB charging port. Yep. And then let us move downward to the center console over here. You have two cup holders over here with a USB connection with a power socket as well. Okay, so this USB port here is for you to connect to your infotainment. Yeah, you make sure to connect with this port over here using a USB cable and then connect to your smartphone. Then you can do the mirroring, the casting, so on the infotainment. So the center console also has this nice padding as well. It's leather, okay, fox leather, but yeah, it's quite nice, to be honest. Now I want to shift your focus on the rear passenger seating area. So I'm gonna go in. Yeah, wow, that's ample of space for my knee. I'm 5'7", there's ample of head space as well. So I think if you're ferrying maybe someone in the more than 6-footer range, I think it's quite able to let them to sit comfortably here. Yeah, amazing, amazing. There's a lot of space, so you can see. Nice. And also the rear seats are quite comfy as well. They are also leather seats as well. So at the rear, you also have rear air conditioning for your rear passengers. They can adjust it. Yeah, it's adjustable. And then there's also air cleaner on this center console over here, with additional 2 USB charging ports and a space to put some small items on the rear. The rear seats also have a seat pocket from the driver seat and the front passenger seat as well. So they are a net version. You have to be careful. Don't put sharp things and later you might make the net torn. Just beware on that. Yeah, and then on the rear here, the seating, you can pull it down, becoming a armrest, and then you can open this. There's 2 cup holders over here. I think it pretty much complements all your basic needs for your rear passenger, front passenger seat, and also the driver as well. So you also have light on the roof as well, so you can turn it on, turn it off. And for this executive variant, okay, the ceiling is fabric, nice. And then at the rear here you have the additional belt for the child seat. Yeah, overall I think the rear passenger seat, they going to fulfill the rear passengers' needs. It will tick all the box. So next one, I want to show you what is the driving experience with the Proton X70. It's just to showcase the driving dynamics of the Proton X70. So I'm currently at the normal mode, engaging the gear, letting go the electronic parking brake. So just going to do a quick drive around here. So as you can see, not bad, to be honest. The car is quite nice. Okay, in terms of like power delivery, so right now I'm at the stop section here. I'm in the normal mode, so I put in a little bit light-footed. Yeah, I do notice it's a little bit slightly lag in terms of like the acceleration response. Yeah, and that is even much more apparent when you are putting in the auto hold. Okay, so now I'm in auto hold. Okay, still in the gear selection, so I drive. Yeah, you will notice a little bit of delaying, but just a minor nitpick. But the nitpick gets even a little bit more slightly intrusive, especially when you are in eco mode. So now I'm in eco mode, so I'm going to accelerate in the auto hold movement. Yeah, you do notice like there's some slight lag, but really all these are really one of the small nitpicks of the driving dynamics over here. So my suggestion is to like turn off the auto hold.
Auto hold is off.
Okay, and then you play with the brake. Okay, it's only during when jam session use auto hold. That is my advice for the owners that is wanting to purchase this car. And even like steering the car is actually very precise. So here you can see it's pretty good. So you can see I'm actually doing the slalom testing a little bit. It's still quite good. Yeah. So right now I'm going to go into the sport mode, and I'm going to show you the acceleration over here. So you can see so in sports mode, I will say that it will make the car to go a little bit more higher rev range when it's changing the gear, and then for downshifting the gear, it will take its time a little bit more, and the engine braking is not so intrusive. Yeah, it will maintain the gearing for quite a little bit while more. So hence you have that sporty feel. The power is everywhere in the car. So that you have to take note. And also for the brake, I felt the brake system here is really powerful for day-to-day usage. And if you are coming from a small car, maybe a sedan as well, yeah, you do feel that the braking power here is very adequate. So right now I'm in the normal mode. I'm going to drive. Okay, so you can see. Okay, one more thing, the turn signal is on the left side, so it has a little bit of that continental car feel into it. So I have been driving a Proton XCV all the while, so the turn signal is always on the right side. So if you are someone like me as well, turn signals on the right, you have to get a little bit used to with the turn signal is on the left side right now. So yeah, driving dynamics, I kind of like it, and I think there's only like minor nitpicking in terms of like the acceleration. So next one, I know some of you might want to ask about the fuel consumption, right? So for fuel consumption, I will have to say it's a little bit on the drinker side. So why do I say it's a little bit on the drinker side? Right now my trip meter is showing that the average fuel consumption is 11.8 liter per 100 kilometer. Ooh, yeah. So this is during my few days of testing. I'm driving around the KL city, whereby it's jam and raining that few weeks. Yeah, the jam was quite bad, and this is like a real world scenario. Yeah, you are getting around like somewhere in the 11 to the 12 liter per 100 kilometer. So yeah, I think give and take a little bit, depending on how is your driving style as well. So if you are gonna drive maybe in the highway, perhaps you can see there is a better fuel consumption on this car. No joke about that. So as you can see right now, I'm driving on the road. The power is quite good. The delivery, max speed, and then when you need to take some corners, it's quite great as well. Though I noticed that if you are going slightly above like 80 km per hour, beware a bit of like understeer. Just slight understeer, but it's okay. You can correct it by slowing down a little bit. And also for NVH on this car, I like it. Very quiet, to be honest. And sometimes I do notice that once I wind down the window, I appreciate the NVH in the cabin. So right now, I'm gonna open up so you can actually hear. Okay, so I'm gonna close back up. you are only hearing the wheel spinning, that's it. Or maybe perhaps when you are crossing the bump, some slight thud sound. It's very good over here. Confidence, I'll give it a really high score on this section for the Proton X70 for sure. So also regarding about the turning and the bumps, so right now I'm entering a bump section over here, so you can feel very comfy, very comfy. And for turning, I think this car does a good job for turning as well. So just now I mentioned that if you are going like a little bit high speed, you might feel a little bit understeer. So yeah, it also depends on like what kind of tire you are actually using. Okay, so these are still stock standard factory tires. So I highly recommend you guys, if you are maybe you have extra budget, upgrade the tires. It's going to help you a lot in terms of gripping, providing much better grip feel. So right now you can see I'm doing a surprising turn. Not bad, I like it. And also like for normal day-to-day usage, okay, I find it is adequate enough to just rev around like from the 1000 to 2000 RPM rev range. Is pretty good. And when you really need to pick up that power, yeah, you might need to rev around the 3000 to 4000 RPM region to generate that immersive speed. But you don't really need to rev more than 4000 RPM on this car, because I feel it's most of the power are generating from the 2000 to 4000 RPM region. So I think I want to wrap things up for the review video with my final verdict. So for this Proton X70 1.5 liter TGDi Executive all-wheel drive variant is priced at 116,800 ringgit Malaysia. That is 116,800 ringgit Malaysia. With the asking price and what is actually offering back for the owners, I think what you have is a really complete package, and it's quite suitable for the first time SUV owners. You are not actually getting any undervalue from the package is offering here. If you ask my recommendation for this car, whether to outright buy it, wait for it, put it in the buying list, or nah, I would say put it in your buying list. Yeah, something for you to consider about, because you have to remember there's actually not much of affordable SUVs that offer this kind of feature at that kind of price point. Even if you want to buy it, maybe perhaps the Japanese car brands, they will price a little bit much more higher. And if you are someone that has really tight budget and you can only maybe max out around the 120 to 130k models, this is something definitely you should be go and check out yourself. Go and test drive before you want to make a purchase for sure, and enjoy them as much as you can before you make the purchase. So for ratings, I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10 for the Proton X70 1.5 liter TGDi Executive all-wheel drive variant. I do feel there is still room for improvement. Let's see what are they going to improve in the next facelift or updates. With that, I'm going to end the review video right now. So this is our first car review video. I understand there might be not so proper production, but I'll slowly improve it. So do stay tuned, and definitely there will be more automotive review contents coming up throughout the year. We'll see how, okay? And also special shout out thanks to Proton for providing a loan review unit here for review content purposes. However, there's no cash compensation for the review. Therefore, whatever I'm saying here is truly from my honest opinion, driving this car for several days. Yeah. And also, Proton has no creative input, no final approval for the review video. They are watching it at the same time with the public once the video goes live. So hopefully you are aware of that. And yeah, more automotive content, reviews as well. Stay tuned. I'm Yat Kean for Trend Ground. I'll catch you guys on the next content, alright? Peace. And also, hey, drive safe and responsibly.